Welcome back. Well, what happens if you need a job, but every job you apply for, you are told you are overqualified? Well, there are some things you can do to reassure a potential boss. Career architect Linda Ginac is with us with some tips. Good to see you, Linda.
Good
Thanks
morning.
so much for being with us.
Thanks.
So does this happen a lot? People are told that they're overqualified? You hear a lot about that you don't have enough qualifications, but is this happening more and more as people are losing their jobs, you think?
Yeah, it does happen quite a bit. I think it's one of the most challenging situations in terms of the job market that people face more and more. And the problem with it is that people aren't told why they're overqualified. And so they could go to one interview and somebody might say they're overqualified for a particular reason. They'll go to another interview and it might be for something different, and it's not common for employers to give feedback.
Right.
So,
I was going to say, are they even told that they're overqualified?
Right. And they're making some general assumptions as somebody is sitting there, and they might say this person wants too much money, this person's going to leave the job market, this particular job too quickly, I don't want to invest in training this person to have them leave. They might say this person wants too much responsibility and might take my job, therefore I might be out of a job later on. And so it can become a very difficult situation to manage.
Okay, so how do we overcome that?
One of the things that I recommend is when you're meeting with an employer, be upfront. Be, kind of overly upfront and say, I know I'm overqualified for this position, but let me tell you what appeals to me about the position. I mean, I think being very upfront is something that everybody should do.
Right.
The other thing that I hear is some people will ask me, do I dumb down my resume? And, that's a touchy situation, because if you dumb it down and somebody finds out later that you had more qualifications, it might look, you can lie up and you can lie down, and neither one is good. Okay. But what you can do is really focus on the specific achievements or responsibilities that are targeted toward that job description, and not talking about every single thing that you've done. That seems to be an effective way.
Okay. Put the issue out there, use your accomplishments, as you just said. And then what about salary? I mean, do you bring that up in that respect? Because I would think it really comes down to salary when you're talking about being overqualified, because really the bottom line is you want more money with those qualifications.
Yes, when you've been out there and you're making, say you're making $60,000 or $70,000 and this job's calling for 40 or 50, when people are looking at the resume, just at the resume, they'll disqualify you just because of that, because you're overqualified, and they'll put it into a pile. So if you can use your network and you do get in the door and somebody's talking to you, you need to put it out there again and say, it's not about the salary. I'm looking to retrain. I'm looking to get some different skills. I might have been great in this market, but this is an opportunity for me to extend the current skills and talents that I have. So salary is not an issue. And you really have to talk about that several times and not just once, because they might not believe you. Okay,
here we're looking at some of the tips you went over. Distance yourself from higher qualifications. You want to learn, and you kind of touched on this a little bit, that you want to learn maybe the new skill, maybe the new area that you're applying for.
Yep. And finally, the last one, making a commitment. Again, it goes back to this person's going to come in, and as soon as they get something better, they're going to leave. Some employers, because I work on the employer side as well, as I say, ask the candidate to make a year-long commitment or a 2-year commitment to that specific position, and put a penalty in there if you have to. So,
I think that's a good rule.
It's a way to work around it.
When I first got into the workforce, and my dad said, you got to stick it out at least a year. I think that's good to do.
Yep.
Because it gives you something to learn, and then also vice versa with the employer as well.
Exactly. I mean, as an example, one of the employers said to me, well, what could I hold as a carrot? And I said, you can hold it a bonus.
Yeah.
Some people call them retention bonuses. Instead of using it for performance, you can use it to hold that person in that position for an extended period of time.
Very good. Linda, thanks so much. We appreciate your tips. It's good to see you.